What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Heron Heads podcast. My name is Julio, and I'm joined today by my friend and fellow Inter Miami fan, Dave. We are going live immediately following Inter Miami's victory over DC United 3-2. It was a little hairy at times, but Messi saved us as per usual. So before we begin, a huge shout out to our Chief Heron Heads, Madi V, and announcing our newest Chief Heron Head, the Dragon Lord. Thank you for your generous support. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, you'll find a link in the description wherever you are listening, along with some other great links to check out. So check out our Discord server, check out our merch store, and whatever else you find in there. So anyways, Inter Miami, they win. They continue their run here in the home stretch, in the supporter shield race, in the home stretch of jockeying for position for the MLS playoffs. And an important win because it's a win that we should have. So it doesn't fully matter how we got there. We'll dive into the specifics of that, but a win's a win, right?
Exactly. Like you don't want to harp on the negatives of, this is probably the worst team in the conference and you shouldn't be struggling against them. But I mean, if you really look at this match, I wouldn't consider anything that we saw a struggle. They had lapses, yes, but if we're being honest, they controlled this match. All the dangerous opportunities, it was a very lopsided match in that stance. The score was closer than it should have been. And how often do we find ourselves in that position where we leave a ton of points on the field? So that's not something that's unusual. It's something that we have enough talent that we can overcome. And the talent does show, especially today, where you had many, many chances, not just Messi, but you had auxiliary pieces as well, having chances to make scores and just haven't really been able to convert. That being said, I think Mascherano had a pretty good day today, which is really nice because you know that we're always harping on him having to have a better game as managers and having to make proper decisions. And even though I didn't agree with some of his starting pieces, he was quick to make adjustments in this one, and I think that might be a big reason why this one didn't get away from us. So I do applaud Mascherano on his tactics today and on his substitutions and his timely substitutions. So again, there's a lot more positives in this one than negatives. And at the end of the day, you did get the 3 points. It's a win that you needed. It's a win that you really was unacceptable for you to walk away without. So it's an all positive for me.
Yeah, I agree, especially on the Mascherano point. I thought he had a very good match. It's nice when we see him make timely substitutions. We don't always see that, obviously, and it's usually a big pain point for us, but he made substitutions in the 57th minute.
I think so.
57th minute, he subs on Ian Frey for Cello and Baltasar for Lujan, switching the formation to a back four. Alba just slotted back at left back, and Noah Allen scooted in to play center back, which we sort of talked about this last match, where are we going to see this lineup moving forward? And obviously Suarez is still out. This was his last game for the 3-match suspension following his antics in the Leagues Cup final. But it was nice to see that flexibility play out. So yeah, Mascherano had a good match. I thought the subs were good subs. They made sense to me. Even though one of them was Yannick Bright for Segovia, it ended up being pretty important because we needed to score that third goal. And even though Messi obviously created a majority of that goal, it was good to have attacking options out there. Not to compare, but we saw in the Premier League earlier today, Chelsea goes down to 10 men, takes off all their attacking players. Eventually, Manchester United get a red card, and it's 10v10, but Chelsea have no attacking players. So it was nice to not be without options once we did have to go and chase the match a little bit more. A lot of people in the chat talking about the Miami defense. Yeah, our defense is still a huge issue, and we were getting nervous towards the end of this match, even though we're playing DC United. So that's something that will consistently be a problem. There's no fixing it. There's just hoping that we have good games and that the individual players have good games.
And even as bad as it was, there's still glimmers of hope. Like we saw Noah Allen really hunker down on one that was a 2-on-1, and Noah Allen did not give up on the play and made a fantastic stop. So like it's nice that our homegrown players seem to be the best defenders that we have, with the exception of Falcon. But you have Ian Frey, you have Noah Allen, who I think are going to be mainstays on this club moving forward. I know Noah Allen. I don't know if we've mentioned it. Congratulations to Noah Allen for signing an extension. He's going to be on this club for a while. I'm hoping. I think that I heard that Yannick Bright is in talks as well. Hopefully, Ian Frey is going to be on there as well. He might be a little trickier because of his injury history, so that might be a little more of a challenge. But again, they've done a good job with the homegrowns on the defensive side. Let's see if we can advance that on the offensive side. But it was nice to see both Baltasar coming off the bench. You saw Silvetti come off the bench. Silvetti provided some good things, and then he provided a very surprising bad thing in this one. Julio, you want to get into that?
Sure. I mean, he comes on. He earns the penalty, right? He earns the penalty.
Fantastic ball by Messi, first of all, because I feel like he doesn't get that penalty without a perfectly weighted pass from.
I agree.
From Messi.
I agree, because it was just enough to get the goalkeeper to commit to come out, and then Silvetti beats him to the ball, barely, but beats him nonetheless, and gets tripped by the goalkeeper. Ref immediately points to the penalty spot, and then Messi concedes the penalty kick to Silvetti. Silvetti has not scored, obviously, for this team. Not that he's made too many appearances. I think this was his second or third appearance. Yeah. But yeah, he had just come on, so he was still cold as far as having touches on the ball, and he puts the penalty right onto the crossbar and does not score. Yeah. Them's the breaks, man. Sometimes you miss penalties. We saw Messi miss a penalty last match or 2 matches ago, and it happens. It happens. It was obviously like a incredible gesture. Like, imagine Silvetti having Messi be like, "Nah, you take the penalty." And now in hindsight, Messi could potentially have had a hat trick if he doesn't do that, and if he takes a penalty, and obviously he converts it. It probably damages his composure a little bit, knowing that he then missed it. But yeah, he did do some good things. It's good to get the reps into of just getting onto the pitch. We're going to need to rotate some of these players in as the next month goes through. We have a lot of matches coming up. So I really like that Mascherano made these substitutions and gave these players a run of play. I love Baltasar. I think he brings such a dynamic piece or dynamic component to the match. So I love seeing him out there. But yeah, a tough break for Silvetti.
But I mean, last show that we had, I discussed that it's tough on the young players on this club, with the older players really just getting so much gravity and really affecting them in a negative way. How about this for a change of pace? You have Messi just conceding to a 19-year-old. Like, that's not something that I think that many people would have really considered being an option, and that shows you that maybe I was wrong. And Messi is one of one. So he's not the player that really gives me that he's kind of like showing up some of the younger guys. It's always been like the Albas and the Suarez's. But how good is that Messi conceded? Like, it would have been a storybook first goal for Silvetti. And
oh my God. Like, imagine like just 50 years from now telling his kids and grandkids, being like, yeah, my first goal in the MLS, granted,
right, for Colombia.
Messi gave me the ball and I scored the penalty. Like, yeah. That's a
I mean, it would have been a better story if his first goal was just a pure assist off of Messi. But
yes, facts.
But still a neat story.
It will happen. That could still happen. But we're still waiting for his first goal.
Outside of that, I thought that he had a good day moving around. Like, I felt like he did provide a good amount of pace. I liked what I saw. Actually, I liked what I saw from him more than Baltasar today. Baltasar had a pretty bad disconnect with Rodrigo De Paul, which would have been a really, really good chance. De Paul laid it up perfectly for him, and Baltasar just didn't make the cut in. And you can tell that they were upset with each other. Baltasar was upset as well. which I don't understand why. I mean, he was setting him up perfectly for that. So it's tough to see. You would expect Baltasar to be more on the same page with players at this point. So, but mistakes happen. I'm not gonna.
Well, I think that's why it's so important. I think that's why it's so important for them to get the reps, because
absolutely.
There's going to be situations where these players need to play together, and if they have no experience doing so, you're going to see what happened tonight. You're going to see them not make the run or not be on the same page. So that's where it's good to be like, okay, next time I'm going to run into that space.
And how awesome was it to see Allende not play an extended amount of time? Like, he was the first guy off.
Well, there are a couple of things that were nice about Allende's game tonight.
Oh, he finally did get on the board. Congratulations, Allende.
Yes. And it was exactly how Allende needs to score. Messi plays in a ball behind that Allende can run onto. He doesn't have to take a touch. Just hit the ball into the back of the net. That's it. Like, you don't even have to touch the ball other than kicking it into the goal.
He has so much space there that it's like it's what Jose would have said. He didn't have an option but to score. And
but we've seen him miss that at the same time.
I know, but I don't think that he's had one that it was just this much space, you know. And he missed another shot. He could have had a brace as well.
Yes.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of players.
I don't know if he missed it. I think the goalkeeper made a very nice save. That was the one-handed save.
I just thought it just deflected off the top of the
No, that was the one-handed save. Was it not Messi that hit the crossbar?
I think many.
Or is that we're talking about two separate? We're talking about we hit the post like 4 times tonight. But yeah, I think the goalkeeper made a save on Allende's second shot. I think he was unlucky not to get 2, but really nice to see him score that first one, because that is the type of goal we need to see him score. That's exactly how he announced himself at this club. The first goal that he scored was running onto it. He did hit the crossbar on that solo run. There we go. Yeah. The goalkeeper deflected it onto the crossbar.
That's why I wasn't sure if the goalkeeper deflected, but it definitely hit the crossbar.
Yeah. But it's good to see Allende score a goal, especially considering that he was playing in Suarez's position. That's exactly what you need when someone comes in. Hopefully that gives him some confidence, because there's a good chance Allende stays in the starting lineup when Suarez comes back. At the loss of one of our center backs, or potentially Noah Allen. So we need Allende to get in a good run of form, to be able to contribute to this team in a meaningful way.
Yeah, and we've discussed it ad nauseum. It'll be interesting to see, because honestly, the rise of Baltasar Rodriguez and the rise of Silvetti, and also the rise of this formation, this starting formation, I think has been pretty effective on both ends of the pitch. So I hope that they find a way to keep this formation, but it will be a challenge once Suarez comes back, because then you do have the question of, if you're going to have Messi and Suarez up front, that really changes the dynamics of the speed on the field. And then especially if you put Suarez in and it's Allende out, like that really then narrows, like now you have Baltasar Rodriguez, Allende, and Silvetti on the bench, which is nice in theory, but it's also like, who's running on this team? And even Segovia today, who I think he's pretty much cemented himself as the first midfielder off the bench. He had an opportunity to score today, and he didn't take that opportunity as well. So like, it stinks that when these guys don't have the amount of run that you want them to have, and then they get a clear chance and they blow it, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts you as a fan, because you're like, man, I really wanted him to convert there, but it also hurts them, because they're like, then they get in their head. It's like this whole vicious cycle.
Yeah, there's 2 sides to it, right? Like you're saying, on the one hand, I'm really happy when they have the interplay to do that kind of stuff, where Segovia is wide open and just needs to tap it in to the back of the goal. The fact that he misses it is just like, it's devastating, because like you said, like, you feel bad because your team didn't score, first off. And secondly, that he's in his own head. Is like, I have to stay at a very high level, because these guys all hate me now. Like, they're going to be so mad at me. They're going to bully me. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And the commentary said it, like, this game could have and should have been 5-2, 5-1, 4-1. Like, Inter Miami should have scored way more. So a lot of chances missed tonight, which is good and bad. It's good that we're creating these chances. It's really bad that we're not converting them.
I agree.
All right. Jose's not here today, but we should still, in his honor, do the most and least of the match. So, without further ado,
sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
And now it's time for Jose's most and least of the match, presented by SofaScore. All right, so just pulling it up here.
I'm gonna say, are you not gonna look, or what's the?
It's just you. You're on the spot here.
Yeah. All right, can I? Okay, since it's just me, and I'm gonna fire off a couple for each.
Okay, I have it pulled up as should be done. I have all the players here.
Oh, what a novel concept! having the information up.
Pretty crazy.
All right, so we're gonna start with most or least. What are we doing?
Most and least of the match. So most first.
Most first. Okay, so most of the match. Easy answer is Messi, so I'm not gonna go with Messi.
Yeah, I will say very quickly, Messi got a perfect 10.
Yeah,
perfect 10.
I believe it.
His handprints were all. We can talk about this after the most least of the match. We can talk about Messi.
All right, so removing Messi, most of the match after him. I'm actually gonna go with Allende for getting the first goal started. I think that's a huge bonus for him. And then let's see who. Oh, and then Jordi Alba.
Yeah, Jordi Alba was 7.9, second place after Messi. Allende was fourth. Do you want to try to venture a guess at who was third? The answer may surprise.
And it's a starter. It's not a sub.
Correct.
Man, I really hope it's not. What's his face? Rodrigo de Paul.
It's not.
Good, because I didn't think he was up there. I don't know. Who is it?
Oscar Ustari. Wow. 7.5. Actually, Oscar Ustari 7.5.
I was gonna have him up for least of the match, which is very
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think he was just smack in the middle. Because I think he saved some really good. He did some really good things, and he did some really bad things.
That's the thing.
and got away with them.
I think that the really bad things outweigh, because I don't think he did anything really good today.
I think this was one of those eye test things where that he was way out of position on certain plays and he got away with it, so it counts statistically as like a save. But watching the match, you're like, you lucky SOB, you got away with that one.
And some of his saves again were again pure luck. It's not that he was some kind of like dynamic goalkeeper in this one. It was just like, oh my god,
the ball slips through his hands and it misses the goal by inches.
Right there, -5.
I couldn't tell because I was in the middle of doing a couple things. I think it was bedtime, and I look over and I just see the ball like trickle past the goalpost, and I'm like, "What just did we just?
You should not.
Did they just score that way?"
You should not have asked me to guess who the third option was, knowing that he was the third option. You should have known. I would have never gathered that he was going to be the third option.
I know. I said
I could have been
expected
all day. I
said the answer would surprise you. Are you surprised?
That answer upsets me.
Are you not surprised?
No, I'm infuriated.
All right, least of the match then.
Damn.
Now that you know it's not Oscar Ustari,
it throws off my
least
of
the match.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Lujan.
Okay.
I wanted to go with DePaul, but I think he connected on too many passes, and he does the dirty work that does kind of stat boost. So I'm going to go with the other guy who was subbed off early as hell, who I typically don't like, who I thought had a really good chance at making a very nice pass and blew it. And that's my award-winning least of the match is Chelo Wegon.
All right, so you hit two of the three worsts of the match.
But not the absolute worst.
The absolute worst of the match was Falcon with a 6.3.
Wow.
Granted, he had a yellow card, as did Lujan.
Yeah.
Cello was second worst of the match with 6.5 without a yellow card, correct? And Lujan had a yellow card. He's 6.6.
He's the true worst. He was that bad without the yellow. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness, this Cello, man. And then in my head, I'm like, I don't want to mention it in the Discord, but Cello and Allende are both out there. This has the chance to be just awful, like an unmitigated disaster out here. But yeah, Falcon with a 6.3. I didn't think Falcon was like egregiously bad, but I need to go back and see the goals that were conceded.
Well, the last goal
was who was covering Benteke on his header? Because I don't recall who it was. I think it was Lujan.
Yeah, I think this last goal, the second goal, was the one that probably dinged Falcon the worst, because it was right up the middle, and also the one that Noah Allen kind of salvaged.
People are saying Lujan was covering Benteke on the first one.
Yeah, and then the block that Noah Allen had that was really him on an island. Him being on an island is an indictment of Falcon.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
Great job, Noah Allen.
Yeah, and Noah Allen did have that really big block on Benteke towards the end of the match. Yeah, that one was critical. I think it was still 3-1 at that point, but I mean, huge play because I was like,
the second one,
Benteke towers over Noah Allen. So I was very proud of Noah in that moment.
Truck hole with a very, very good point here.
Yeah,
Ian Frey came on and picked up a yellow almost
yellows.
Instantly, and it was the cheesiest yellow that I have ever seen in a long time. Honestly, that
6 yellow cards to Inter Miami tonight.
Yeah, they were quick triggered with the yellows for us in particular. They started pulling them for DC later, but it felt like it was a very, very quick trigger for us.
And think about this: we were called for 11 fouls, 6 were yellow cards.
Yeah, it's like they're not trying to reel in the game. Like the game didn't feel chippy at all. It was just
at all. It just feels like these refs don't know how to like manage the game flow. Like Ian Frey had pretty shortly before that come on.
Yeah, he had just come on.
Ian Frey came on in the 57th minute, his first foul of the match, where it wasn't like the break that DC United went on had slowed down.
He wasn't the last man.
And Frey caught up and was basically parallel with him, like shoulder to shoulder, and fouled him 5 minutes later after he had come on. Straight yellow.
That's happened to us very often, where somebody who comes off the bench and then is immediately smacked with a yellow, and more often than not, it hasn't been like an egregious yellow.
I totally agree. Yeah. Segovia, 3 minutes after being subbed on, gets a yellow card. So yeah, the ref had a very quick trigger finger tonight. I definitely disagreed with the Ian Frey one. I thought that was his worst call of the match. And no VAR check on a potential penalty against Rodrigo de Paul.
There were 2 players for Inter Miami who I would assume they would have checked to see if they were fouled, because 2 guys went down. I think Allende was actually one of the ones that went down as well. So like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I think the refs have some kind of they're like projecting that they don't have Inter Miami bias.
Yeah.
In which case it's making for bad refereeing. Like it's
creating like a subconscious bias.
Yeah, you got to officiate it fairly. I understand that you don't want to seem that way, but it seems like that's only the case for us. And then now we're seeing more and more of these high caliber names coming to the league, and if you got to at some point start evening that up.
Yeah, it is nice in a way to see that we've actually gotten penalties these last couple of matches, because they've certainly been happening.
This last one was a no doubter.
Yeah, the one that Silvetiern was
even the goalkeeper, and you're like, you saw as soon as he popped up, he looked
yeah. And then I agree with the non-penalty that was reviewed that Inter Miami had. The one that Baltasar fouled the guy.
That one
outside the box.
If it had been given, I wouldn't have been kicking and screaming.
It was one of those where it's the call on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
we've been on the
for sure
on the wrong side of that.
For sure. More often than not, I would say. I thought the only thing with that foul was Baltasar's foot was like perfectly even on top of the line, and the fouling motion or the fouling component was on the outside of his leg. So because of that, I think it was outside the box, but lucky for Inter Miami, the call stood as what was called on the field, where it was just outside the box.
Very dramatic delivery.
Very dramatic. He's like, the foul was outside of the box. Very dramatic by the match official there, but yeah, it was given as no penalty. Luckily for Inter Miami, but even when DC United did tie the match and you knew it was going to happen, we kept our heads, and Messi was very hungry tonight for goals. Like I think he's always hungry for them, but he had a lot of space tonight. Yeah. A lot of space. I mean, more times than most matches that I can remember from the season. He was able to actually collect the ball, turn, and run into space.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
That's a testament to how bad this team is, because I feel like everybody has the playbook of just crowd Messi, have 3 guys on Messi. And that wasn't really the case at all. Like I said, this game didn't feel like we were choking the whole time. It was open. We felt in control. We were able to do pretty much what we wanted to do, except for score, because I think we could have easily had 6 goals in this one. But yeah, I mean, it feels good. Speaking of Messi, is he in first place now for the Golden Boot? I thought he was 1 behind.
He should be. Let's see what it was. The Nashville player.
That's good, Shoes. Columbus and Charlotte lost today, so that's
Surge not having a good match. 5.9 currently. No goals tonight. And then who's the other player?
Chat saying that Messi leads by 1.
Yeah. Let me just see who's the other. It's Surge and someone else. It's Surge and Bouanga. Bouanga's at 19 though. Yeah. Messi's at 22, Surge at 21, Bouanga at 19. So yeah, Messi is in the lead for the Golden Boot as we approach the end of the season, and these other players have fewer matches left. Probably. Perfect. I'm guessing.
Man, I wish Messi had scored 4 today.
Yeah, that always would be just so nice. I would like our chances if Messi scores 4.
Yeah, I feel like if he scores 4, we win more often than not.
Yeah,
it's going to go out on a limb.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
So yeah, next up for Inter Miami is NYCFC, which is definitely going to be one of those tests where we're playing a team that is good. NYCFC currently sitting at 4th in the Eastern Conference. And that match is in New York, where they are one of the top teams. Again, in the conference, they're just 11-4. So it will be a good test. We have a hard time in that stadium, typically. That's that one where they play in Yankee Stadium, and it's always kind of janky to watch. Not my favorite. It's a smaller pitch, so there's less space. And if they are able to like congest the box and congest the middle, Messi's not going to have as much space to turn and run. So it's going to be interesting. Suarez should be back.
It is grass, though.
It is grass.
It's a smaller pitch, so Suarez is going to look so much faster.
I'm liking life without Suarez because we're finding a way, and I
Suarez wasn't. I'm telling you, Suarez wasn't that bad the last few times we've seen him. He wasn't the reason that we weren't doing.
Well, let me tell you, the last time we saw him, not great, Bob.
I mean, it wasn't his fault.
Not great, Bob.
He didn't do anything egregious in that match. We saw plenty of people like screw the pooch there. Right. Suarez wasn't one of them until the very end of the match where he spat on him. But we don't count that. That's not part of the match.
Listen, I'm worried. Okay, I'm worried. We need to be winning these matches. He hasn't played now in 3 matches, so we're gonna see him come out. I hope he comes out hungry.
No, not too hungry. we've seen him out there hungry, and it doesn't end well.
And yeah,
I'm have a Snickers. Have a Snickers before.
New York is a tough place for us historically, so yeah, it'll be an interesting one. That match takes place on Wednesday. As we continue this like torrid run, and then from there we travel to Toronto over the weekend.
And then we have more of the bad teams, right? Because I think
Toronto is bad.
Yeah, and then the teams that we're playing were going to be pretty bad, with the exception of NYFC.
Yeah, it goes NYC, Toronto, home hosting Chicago, who are 10th in the Eastern Conference, then New England, who are 13th, then Atlanta, who are 11th, then Nashville to close, who are in 4th. Yeah, the New York game, if we can get the result, if we can get the win and get away with 3 points, that would be massive. Like that would be like the league is on notice that Inter Miami could really compete for the supporter shield. Like they may run the table. Anything other than that, and then we got to start doing some math on our end.
I hate math.
Good for you though. Like if you're not old like us, like learn to like it.
Math is important.
Math is good. Hate it though. But yeah, Inter Miami escaped with the victory. I know that 3 is more than 2, so Inter Miami did win. And yeah, next match is on Wednesday, so we'll see you guys post-match for that one. Again, huge shout out to Dragon Lord, our newest Chief Heron Head. Really appreciate you. And if you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, link in the description. If you're not, that's cool. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave us a review if you're on audio platforms. And thank you for tuning into the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. One last announcement. Tomorrow morning, if you guys are interested and follow the Premier League, we will be doing a live watch along for Arsenal versus Manchester City over on the 786 Sports YouTube channel. So go check us out over there. We'll be live the whole match. All 4 of the Heron Heads will be there. We'll be in studio watching the game, having a good time. So go check us out. And yeah, for Inter Miami, we'll be live Wednesday. And till then, have a great night. I don't know. YouTube 786 Sports.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord. We'll definitely be on the Discord.
And then I'll put it in the top comment on YouTube. That way you can head over there. But yeah, thank you to everyone for hanging out, and have a great rest of your night, great rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Bye.
We'll be right back.